Yo, Bert in Kannapolis, North Carolina, Seymour Betta here with FreePrescriptionLenses.com, and I'm going to cut Crizal Prevencia Lenses for you in your new RayBan 5206 color 2479 in the 54 eye size. This is my best-selling color. It is the black one. Of course, you get the RayBan hard case, the clamshell. Hello, I'm a clam. And of course you get the black RayBan cleaning cloth with the ophthalmic frames. You get the gray or silver cleaning cloth with the sunglasses. So the frame comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from overseas. And I'm going to put that on there while I ship to you. And again, this is the RayBan 5206 color 2479 in the 54 eye size. So let's go ahead and begin. This is actually what they call the shark fin temple. How can you imagine that being a shark fin? And of course you got the RayBan platinum plate on both sides there. Awesome color, one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger and hit start. El Stardo. Turn that off for now. Everybody wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why that little stylus pops up and it goes around and is tracing the bevel of the inside of the right frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at FreePrescriptionLenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Bert, you know you need some prescription. So let's go ahead and begin. That is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. Only magnified. I will minify it down. That green outline is the shape. I will magnify it again while I'm working on it. Your pupillary distance for your right eye is 35.5. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to tap this plus button a couple times till we get it up to 35.5. I do want to raise the optical center up because you're looking through the top quadrant of this frame. Let me go ahead and write that down. I'm going to raise it 2 millimeters above center. And let's go ahead and come down here to my lensometer and get these dotted up. Okay, so your right eye reads -3 1/4, -2 1/4 at 68. We're going to turn that to 68. One of these lenses, I bet I can eyeball it, being stronger than the other, is probably the 3 1/4. Let's see. Let's go ahead and zero everything out. Put the power drum on -3 1/4. Rotate your lens until the spherical component comes in. Find the which is what I'm looking at inside here is 3 skinny lines. That gives me the sphere power. I'm going to check your astigmatism, which I will explain later, which is 3 thick lines. When I look inside, let's see, can you see that? If I'm really good, I can't even see where the camera's looking. So that's the skinny one. Hopefully you see 3 skinny lines. I cannot tell. Let's check your astigmatism. I need to get a camera that looks in there. And now we have 3 thicker lines. You guys getting any of this? If not, I apologize. So let me check everything again. -3 1/4. -2 1/4, we're going to have 550, 550, we're looking good. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. If my ink wants to cooperate tonight, which it doesn't look like it's going to. Come on, give me some ink. Give me some ink. Is that too much to ask? It barely is. So let me grab a pen. Uno, dos, Groucho, Harpo, and Chico. Okay, so that is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the unright lens. Turn the power drum to 100. I'm sorry, the axis wheel. This is the axis wheel. This is the power drum. Turn the power drum to -275. Now, I was not able to take your lenses out of paper packets due to the higher than average astigmatism. You got crazy stigs. That's just a medical term. I don't know what it means, but you do have some crazy stigs. Okay, higher than average astigmatism. I had to have these custom made for you. Turn the power drum to -275. Put the lens in. Rotate it until the spherical component of your prescription comes in. Fine. Check your astigmatism. And 275. 275 and 2, we're going to end up at 475. That's looking good. Come on, 3 dots. Come on, 3 dots. Is it too much to ask this late in the day to give me 3 dots without having to put more ink in there? Tell you, they're never proud when you want them to be. Okay, so I can barely see that. That's 1. Where's the second one? 2 and 3. And I'm going to put an L on here, which stands for not right in Latin. And if you miss any of that, let me recap. Oh, free bad jokes with every pair of glasses sold. Actually, if you're lucky, if you play your cards right, you'll get more than one bad joke. So the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that your lenses have to be oriented in there just perfectly. It cannot be off kilter at all, or you just ain't going to see well. That's another medical term. I'm not sure what it means. So get everything. Oh, before I get it lined up, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens when it's not making horseback riding sounds. But I do that using 2 double-sided adhesive stickers. I'm using my last 2 stickers. Ignore all those. These really are my last 2. This whole roll, nope, not any good, not any good. This is what I'm working with. So it'll be my last 2. Put a sticker on one of them, put the sticker on the other one, peel off the paper to make the black side sticky, the second side of a double-sided adhesive sticker. Am I missing any of this? So this little silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice tonight. The first time it's going to hold it in place into something magnetical in the arm, and I'd like some chemists to tell me what metals there are, what ferrous metals that make this. Ooh, is that blood? If it was blood, I'd be screaming and crying now. I think it. So the ink won't get on the lens, but it'll get on my finger. Oh, I get it. I get it. So when I'm trying to push the dots on there, the ink is actually on the back of that thing, and it's getting on my thumb. Let me see if I can clean that off. Can anyone say easily distracted? They don't charge me by the hour here. You pay by the video. So, okay. Let's come back down here. Put the dots on there. That's in there. Get everything lined up. 35.5, 35.5. Optical center height to 18, 2 above. And make sure everything's lined up perfectly. And hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the unright lens. Peel the paper away to make the black side sticky. See it? See it? Put the magnet in there lined up. Let's see, your pupillary distance is 34. It automatically mirrors what happens on the right, so I'm going to tap the minus button this time until we get to 34. Same optical center height. Get those 3 dots lined up in there just perfectly. Now this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is going to sit just above that and inset from there. So it's just like the crosshairs of a scope. I measure vertically and horizontally. Hit that button, the arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the red thumb to do it for you. See, I cleaned it off. I used to be red, a little bit of red thumb. So where are we at? Oh, right here. So let's go ahead and take your right lens. Let's wake up the computer. That is, where's my stylus? You know, without this, could I do this? Okay, so these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, but we're going to stick to polycarbonate. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lenses because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a safety bevel on a heavier one. I could go light, but I'm going to do a little bit heavier on the rear concave surface of your lens. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's a diamond coated wheel that's going to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center with that little valley that I'm placing the stylus in, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel into the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now this wheel on the end, which I won't be using, is the polishing wheel, and I only use that on frames like mine, on the silhouettes, to polish the edge. Of course, I'm not even a fan of polished edges. I don't even have it on mine. So that's a whole nother story. Ask me again why I don't like polished edges. So where am I at? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to place the lens in there. Now the magnet is going to do its job a second time tonight. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. So everything's up. I'm actually going to go ahead and take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. Just knowing this frame, knowing your prescription, how it's going to fit, more than likely it's still not going to fit, and I'm going to have to take it down more. But I'm just going to speed up the process a little bit because you really don't want to hear me talk tonight. I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is started in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by two, used to be white styluses, off-white styluses, making sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the best cosmetic fit possible. It could move the bevel forwards or backwards, but it's going to calibrate all that for us. Now, the cutting wheels move to the center of the frame. If you see light flickering in the background, that is water to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet. Water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle to wash away any swarf, which is optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of the lenses. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So this is permanent sunscreen, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you have to reapply every couple of hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, which I did not do this weekend at Topsail Beach. I did not put on sunscreen until it was too late, and boy, am I paying the price for it now. My face is peeling. Actually, it's already peeled off, and now my chest is beginning to peel. So you have the Crizal Prevencia coating. Crizal is a form of anti-glare. It's the only anti-glare on the market that blocks a good amount of the harmful blue light emitted from today's electronic devices, such as cell phones, tablets, computer screens, all that stuff. So this is a lens without it. You can see the color difference. Now, anti-glare is, as I mentioned, 3 features in one. Forgive me for repeating myself. The first thing is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and the such. The second feature is a reflection-free lens. That's why it goes by the initials ARC, stands for anti-reflective coating. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, they're looking at just your eyes, so it makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if you take a selfie or if someone else takes a picture with a flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens, you'll see just your eyes. Now, the third feature that I like, the practical side, is that it comes with the industry's hardest scratch protection. The machine that applies the anti-glare costs well over $1 million and takes over 7 hours to vaporize 7 different coatings onto the lens. So because of the time and investment, they put the industry's hardest scratch protection on there to protect your time and investment. Now, the reason why it's a little bit on the purple side, P for purple for Prevencia, is again, it's in the ultraviolet spectrum to block the harmful blue light. I have Crizal Prevencia on my lenses too, so our lenses are the same colors. So let me put this back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. So yeah, so this is the only coating on the market that blocks the harmful blue light. There are some lenses, oh, who puts those out? Who, not Blue Tech, who does it? Who does it? Who makes those lenses? But anyway, they have a terrible yellowish, I'm not supposed to say P, we're told to say champagne colored lens, but it's not, it's a P colored lens. Makes you look like you have jaundice. Nobody wants that. So now I'm going to open the door with my mind. If you like that, I can do other things with my mind. I can melt, ooh, look at that, getting a little wasteful. I'm losing my touch, but I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a long time, for a few hours, but I can melt it. Ooh, look, there's a little bit of swarf. So here's the deal. It did not all come off in the water, so I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape it all off of your lens. And once I am satisfied that it's all off your lens, I carefully collect it into one pile on the counter, and then I wipe it on the floor. I always get a chuckle out of that. You know, when the clown laughs at work, it's a good day. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if it fits, which I doubt. I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I press down. Oh, I got lucky, it did fit. See, I know this frame well enough. Again, this is one of Ray-Ban's best-selling frames, the 5206. It sells for $170, and of course comes with one free pair of single vision prescription lenses, any power. So let's go ahead and cut the left lens. So let's flip that over to L. Press down hard on the block. Hit start. And just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts. And then it's going to be traced again by the two off-white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape. And then as always, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And look at that, no edge thickness whatsoever. Remember how thick the lens started out? You have none there, and you have 3 1/4 diopters of nearsighted correction, another 2 1/4 diopters of astigmatism correction, for total value of $550, and nothing is showing. That's pretty good, but that's what I get when I have the lenses custom ground. I can specify exactly how I want it. Let's go ahead and take this block off. We're going to come down here to the lensometer, spin the axis wheel back to 68, put the lens in just above that black dot. And I'm going to read the power, and I am getting -3 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 3. Now the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, and you have 3 1/4 diopters of nearsighted correction. There is a minus sign because with your glasses off, everything is much too large, so your lens minifies down to the correct size. You have 13 steps of nearsighted correction. Now once everything is the correct size, we have to take away the fuzzy edges. That's what astigmatism does. It makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So you need another 9 steps of astigmatic correction. So it gets it to the right size and then takes away the fuzzy edges. So think of it as the fine-tune knob. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 68. A straight line is from 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn that knob to 68. Now that is a completely random number. It could be anywhere from 0 to 180, or technically 1 to 180, because 0 and 180 are the same number. It's on the same line. 90 and 270 are the same number. It's on the 90, the X or Y meridian, however you want to call it. I don't know. I'm actually looking at buying a CNC machine because I want to start making wooden frames to go along with my steampunk collection. How's that for the brass and leather? And yes, being in North Carolina and you're in Kannapolis, we got that on the wall there after they won the national championships. But where was I at? Okay, so we combine these two together, 3 1/4 and 2 1/4, and we're going to end up with $550, and we get there exactly halfway between 5 and 6. Remember high school algebra where you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, I've forgotten it too. Let's use today's terms. If someone had borrowed $3.25 from you and then they borrowed another 2 1/4, they would owe you $5.50. That's where we're at, $5.50 in the red. Now, had it been the black and the plus, that's a magnifying lens. The minus is in the red. So, you have one curve on your eye, one nearsighted curve, which is 3 1/4 going this way. You have a second curve on your eye going this way. Essentially, you have one curve on your eye going like this. You have another curve on your eye going like this. And when you put them together, you get a little bit of this. And that's what happened. That's why you need the... Sorry, the clown's laughing again. That's why you need the anti-glare coating, because on the back surface, your retina of your eye, when light comes in, because of the astigmatism, it's supposed to come in on a single point focus. It doesn't. It comes in and scatters and hits the back of your retina at different times and at different places, and that's what caused that terrible halo and starburst effect when you're driving at night. That anti-glare coating is going to greatly reduce that. Again, because you have crazy stigs. Bert, I have a quarter. You have 2 1/4 alone in your right eye, another 2 in your left. But optically speaking, yours is bigger than mine. You know, hey, I'm in therapy. I'm getting shots. I'm getting what is it? Shots, injections. That's the word. That's it. Some shock treatment. I'm trying to work through some things. I'm blaming my parents It's all genetics. That's why yours is bigger than mine. My parents just didn't love me. They gave me little astigmatism. So, let's see if it fits this time. We're going to tuck the left lens in at the outside corner first. Using the thumbs, press down at the nose, and that did snap in. Even if you didn't see it, you can believe me. Where's this de-blocker? Let's go ahead and take this block off. It's off! So we're going to come down here to the lensometer, spin that fine-tune knob. Remember, the fine-tune knob. We're going to turn that over to 100. Uno. Centi. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I am. So -2, it doesn't sound it. Doesn't look it either. Okay, so put that in. And we're at minus, actually let's check the power. And we're at -275. 275, one tick mark away from 3. So we're 3/4 away from 2 towards 3. You have 2 diopters of astigmatism for your left eye. So we're going to end up with a total of 475. And I have 3 thick lines. Can you see any of that? Does any of that work? 3 thick lines. And we're at 475. So let's take this out. So your pupillary distance for your right eye, 35.5, 34 for your left, for a combined value of 69.5. Let's turn this card around. I'm going to place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 69.5. Hopefully that's in focus. I'm moving the camera around. Now that should be. You should be able to see that 69.5. So this is the point in every video that as I clean your lens, I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, and a city within my state is still within the United States. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance, actually the anti-glare coating, the premium ones come with really serious coating on there to help cut it. So it doesn't slip into while it's in the Charles, the Chucky baby. I just want to clean all of that off for you. If it doesn't come off, just when you get these, just spit on it until you get them clean, and then use your shirt or a dirty sock. Or better yet, use sandpaper. Scratch your lenses up so you can buy another pair from me. And then tell me that you only used my premium microfiber cleaning cloth and you don't know how scratches got on the lens, even though you drove over these with your car. Okay, but let's go ahead and get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. Oh, okay, so here's the deal. When you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that they could be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And that's because of that statistic. 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But so just stop by your local shop. Just tell them if it's too loose or too tight. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, I'm part of that 80%, except these are so springy, but if you can see, when I press down, there's a wobble on mine. Mine don't sit level because, again, I'm part of that 80%, which is why all optical shops, 99% will do free adjustments. Flip that over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. Check the tension on each spring hinge. And if this were off kilter, the temples would be like that, and I would straighten them out, but they are straight. But again, check the tension on each spring hinge. So that's that. So as I mentioned, your lenses minify, so if I hold this up over the words, they should change in size as I move across there. It should make the lenses smaller. I'm sorry, the print smaller. But that is that. If anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me at FreePrescriptionLenses@gmail.com or simply click the Contact Me button on the website. Bert, where's my flashlight? You know, I got a smaller flashlight. I can't find it. Bert in Kannapolis, North Carolina, about an hour and a half away. Hope you enjoyed watching as I cut your prescription Crizal Prevencia lenses for your RayBan 5206, color 2479 in the 54 eye size. And hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Now that's mo better.